Good morning and happy Friday, boys and girls. We know you've been working so hard this week, but now is a great time to just sit back and relax because this is story time this morning. Today, you're going to see a lot of different books being read to you and listen to books being read to you. We know that Wednesday was Earth Day, and today is Arbor Day. So we have found some of our favorite books that relate to the environment and nature. And so the first book I'm going to read to you is The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. And I want you to think about why this book got the title The Giving Tree as I'm reading. Let's read. The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. It says, for Nikki. Once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy. And every day the boy would come, and he would gather her leaves and make them into crowns and play king of the forest. He would climb up her trunk and swing from her branches and eat apples. And they would play hide and go seek. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. And the boy loved the tree very much, and the tree was happy. But time went by, and the boy grew older, and the tree was often alone. Then one day the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and eat apples and play in my shade and be happy." "I am too big to climb and play," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. Can you give me some money?" "I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples." "Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you will have money and you will be happy." And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her apples and carried them away, and the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and the tree was sad. And then one day the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy, and she said, "Come, boy, climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and be happy." "I am too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I want a house to keep me warm," he said. "I want a wife and I want children, and so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my house, but you may cut off my branches and build a house. Then you will be happy." And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build his house. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered, "come and play." "I am too old and sad to play," said the boy. "I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat?" "Cut down my trunk and make a boat," said the tree. "Then you can sail away and be happy." And so the boy cut down her trunk and made a boat and sailed away. And the tree was happy, but not really. And after a long time, the boy came back again. "I am sorry, boy," said the tree, "but I have nothing left to give you." "My apples are gone. My teeth are too weak for apples," said the boy. "My branches are gone," said the tree. "You cannot swing on them." "I am too old to swing on branches," said the boy. "My trunk is gone," said the tree. "You cannot climb I am too tired to climb, said the boy. I am sorry, sighed the tree. I wish that I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I am just an old stump. I am sorry. I don't need very much now, said the boy. Just a quiet place to sit and rest. I am very tired. Well, said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could. Well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down. Sit down and rest. And the boy did. And the tree was happy. The end. Now, as I was reading, I was thinking about why that book had the title, The Giving Tree. And that tree, she was very generous and kind, and she gave that little boy everything she could and didn't expect anything in return. So I want you to think, do you have someone in your life who is very giving, someone that you can relate to like the tree? I know during this time there are many people that have been really giving of their time. Teachers, nurses, doctors, parents, grandparents. So thank them today for all of their time that they've been given to you. All right. Now, our next story that I'm going to read is called The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle. This is one of my favorite books as well. I love the illustrations throughout this book. And the reason why I chose this book is because, like I mentioned earlier, with today being Arbor Day, we're spending a lot of time in the environment and making sure our community is clean. And this story is actually going to talk about the life cycle of a plant, and it's going to go through the different seasons. And I know some of you might be planting a garden, or your parents might be working in their garden, or you might have plans for a summer garden. So let's see what we can learn from the tiny seed. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up, up it goes. It flies too high and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. Another seed lands on a tall and icy mountain. The ice never melts, and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water and drowns. The others sail on with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. One seed drifts down onto the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. Finally, the wind stops, and the seeds fall gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and eats one seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird does not see it. Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they are going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for his lunch. But the tiny seed lies very still, and the mouse does not see it. Now it is spring. After a few months, the snow has melted. It is really spring. Birds fly by. The sun shines. Rain falls. The seeds grow so round and full they start to burst open a little. Now they are not seeds anymore. They are plants. First, they send roots down into the earth. Then their little stems and leaves begin to grow up toward the sun and air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants. It is a big, fat weed, and it takes all the sunlight and the rain away from one of the small new plants, and that little plant dies. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry! But finally, it too starts to grow into a plant. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun and springtime. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs along and, oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbor grows even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plant has 7. And look, a bud, and now even a flower. But what is happening? First, there are footsteps. Then a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. A boy has picked the flower to give to a friend. It is summer. Now the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on it and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller. It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is taller than the houses. And now a flower grows on it. People come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. All summer long, the birds and bees and butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. Now it is autumn again. The days grow shorter, the nights grow cooler, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower, and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways and bends away from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more, the wind shakes the flower, and this time the flower's seed pod opens. Out come many tiny seeds that quickly sail far away on the wind. The end. I hope you guys enjoy these 2 books. We have even more that's coming up shortly.
Wow, I love those stories. Did you guys enjoy them? I'm sure you did. The Tiny Seed and The Giving Tree, they're such good books. There are some books that I would like to share with you also. I do love this first story because it is so funny. Now, I always think about, what if I were a worm? Or what if I were an ant? Or what if I were some other type of creature or animal? And this book helps us to see what life would be like if we were those animals. So this story is The Diary of a Worm. March 20th. Mom says there are 3 things I should always remember. 1, the earth gives us everything we need. 2, when we dig tunnels, we help take care of the earth. And it says, must make tunnels, help earth breathe. 3, never bother Daddy when he's eating the newspaper. Chomp. I know your dads don't eat newspapers, do they? March 29th. Today I tried to teach Spider how to dig. Spider's very confused. First, all of his legs got stuck. I think I've twisted one of my ankles. Then he swallowed a bunch of dirt. I give up. Tomorrow he's going to teach me how to walk upside down. Do you think the earthworm is going to be able to walk upside down? March 30th. Worms cannot walk upside down. Do you see him hanging by the spider's web? He's having a hard time. April 4th. Fishing season started today. We all dug deeper. So they had to go down further because those guys were looking for some worm bait. Did you guys hear something? April 10th. It rained all night and the ground was soaked. We spent the entire day on the sidewalk. Hopscotch is a very dangerous game. April 15th. I forgot my lunch today. I got so hungry that I ate my homework. My teacher made me write, I will not eat my homework 10 times. When I was finished, I ate that too. April 20th. I snuck up on some kids in the park today. They didn't hear me coming. I wiggled up right between them and then screamed. I love when they do that. Do you hear those girls screaming? May 1st. Grandpa taught us that good manners are very important. So today I said good morning to the first ant I saw. Good morning. There were 600 more of them in line. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing? Good morning. Nice to see you. Howdy. Good morning. I stood there all day. He started a good thing and had to keep going, didn't he? May 8th. Had the worst nightmare last night. Giant birds playing hopscotch. Mom says I have to stop eating so much garbage right before I go to bed. May 15th. I got into a fight with Spider today. He told me you need legs to be cool. Then he ran. I couldn't keep up. Well, maybe he's right. May 16th. I made Spider laugh so hard he fell out of his tree. Who needs legs? Thud. May 28th. Last night I went to the school dance. You put your head in, you put your head out. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself about. Well, that's all we could do. June 5th. Today we made macaroni necklaces in art class. I brought mine home and we ate it for dinner. His daddy said, "You're very talented." June 15th. My older sister thinks she's so pretty. I told her that no matter how much time she spends looking in the mirror, her face will still look like her rear end. Spider thought that was really funny. Mom did not. Have you guys ever made a joke and your mom said, that's not funny? July 4th. When I grow up, I want to be a Secret Service agent. Spider says I will have to be very careful because the president might step on me by mistake. It's a dangerous job, I told him. Someone's got to do it. July 28th. 3 things I don't like about being a worm. 1, I can't chew gum. 2, I can't have a dog. Can we keep a Mom, please? 3, all that homework. July 29th. 3 good things about being a worm. 1, I never have to go to the dentist. No cavities, no teeth either. 2, I never get in trouble for tracking mud into the house. And 3, I never have to take a bath. Who's my grubby little boy? August 1st. It's not always easy being a worm. We're very small and sometimes people forget that we're even here. But like Mom always says, the earth never forgets we're here. And then there are no more pictures. So just like the earthworm, different people and everyone has their own place in helping keeping the earth breathing. Okay, so how do you? One thing we did in our family this week is we went and helped pick up trash. So that's a way that we can help make sure our earth is taken care of. Now, just like in the tiny seed, we looked at things that grow. And today, I'm going to read you the story, Growing Like Me. Let's see what all is going to grow. Far right. Keep going all the way to the end. Yep. So this is Growing by Me, and it's written by Anne Rockwell. Here in the meadow, by the woods and the pond, everything is growing, just like me. White blossoms will grow into berries, black and juicy and sweet. Blue eggs, safe and warm in their nests, will hatch into robins that sing in the grass. A caterpillar munching milkweed will become a tiger-colored butterfly fluttering through the sky. Like black pollywogs, little black pollywogs wiggling in the water, will turn into big green frogs calling from the pond. Downy downy cheeping ducklings, that's a tongue twister, will grow up to be wild ducks quacking through cattails and flying away. A speckled cloud with a fish standing guard will soon be lots of shining silver fish swimming round and round the pond. Little acorn lying on fallen leaves. Wow. Sprout and spread roots, stretch your green leaves up to the sky, grow into a tall oak tree. Little baby brother, what in the world will you grow up to be? You'll see. One day you'll be a big boy just like me. So that was growing like me. We have lots of things that grow. People grow, animals grow, and even trees grow. So I'm sure that while you've been out, you've been growing too. And I know when your teachers see you next, they're going to say, my goodness, how you've grown. Well, I think we should have time for just one more story. My Many Colored Days by Dr. Seuss. So I know that as we've been out and all the way through our lives, we have lots of many colored days and we feel different ways. So let's see about this book, My Many Colored Days. Some days are yellow, some are blue. On different days, I'm different too. You'd be surprised how many ways I change on different colored days. On bright red days, how good it feels to be a horse and kick my heels. On other days, I'm other things. On bright blue days, I flap my wings. Some days, of course, feel sort of brown. Then I feel slow and low, low down. Then comes a yellow day, and whee! I'm a busy, buzzy bee. Gray day. Everything is gray. I watch, but nothing moves today. Then all of a sudden, I'm a circus seal. On my orange days, that's how I feel. Green days, deep, deep in the sea, cool and quiet fish, that's me. On purple days, I'm sad, I groan, I drag my tail, I walk alone. But when my days are happy pink, it's great to jump and just not think. Then come my black days, mad and loud. I growl, I howl, I growl at every cloud. Then comes a mixed up day and wham! I don't know who or what I am. But it all turns out all right, you see, and I go back to being me. So that was My Many Colored Days by Dr. Seuss. And I know that now is a great time to write about your many colored days. Guys, I am so thrilled that you were able to come and join us for some stories. I hope you learned more about all of the earth and trees and how we can grow and how we can record our many colored days. I hope you guys have a fantastic day and a great weekend. All right, guys.